Hi, I'm Izumi, and I've been a teacher for quite some time. And I must say that my favorite moments as a teacher have been when I get to sit down with my student one-on-one and hear their stories, and for me to be a support for them whenever I can. I've heard stories from my students about them connecting with their roommates or doing well in their assignments. But on the other hand, I've also heard stories from my students who put incredible amount of pressure on themselves to constantly get A's, to get into their top universities, and to emulate their star cousins and siblings. And they would stay up until crazy hours at night to work because they were so afraid to fail. And if they got any less than an A or they did less than their friends, they beat themselves up excessively, telling themselves that they were no good. I've also heard stories from students who were trying to figure out what they wanted to do with their life. Some had absolutely no idea what they wanted to do with their life, and they were sort of anxiously wandering through this world of uncertainty and ambiguity. And some actually had some ideas of what they wanted to do, but what they wanted to do didn't match what their parents wanted them to do, and they were trying to figure out how to navigate through this dissonance. Some stories I've heard were from students who were looking for a sense of belonging. Some of them didn't know how to share their ideas in their community because they were afraid of judgment. Some didn't know how to say no to their friends and stand up to them because of a fear of being ostracized. Some would get into arguments with their friends and would say things that hurt each other and didn't really know how to mend their relationship. Some of you might have experienced these stories in the past. In fact, some of you might be going through one or two of these episodes yourself right now in this very moment. And when I hear these stories, what I find amazing is when my students choose to meet them with courage, when it's so much easier to meet these challenging moments by staying in your comfort zone, by judging, by complaining, by making excuses, and by staying superficial. It's these beautiful moments when they choose to meet these challenging moments with courage. That I really, really love. Well, I think it takes incredible courage for my students to pick themselves up after getting a failed score on their test or after getting a rejection from their dream university and trying again. I think it takes incredible courage for my students to pursue to be a writer when they don't know if they're good at it or if it'll go anywhere, and especially when their parents want them to be a doctor instead. I think it takes incredible courage for my students to seek to connect with their friends after a big argument. These are the moments when they're choosing to respond to challenges with courage. And it's when they are choosing to connect to what's important and acting accordingly, even when it is difficult. And I hate to break it to you, but these challenging moments are not only limited to your high school life or your college life. In fact, they show up throughout our lifetime, no matter how hard we work, no matter how much we prepare ourselves for them, and no matter how much of a social ladder we climb up. They show up. Choosing to meet these challenging moments with courage time and time again can be very tricky. And this is why I developed this program to build the skills and mindsets to be able to meet these challenges with courage. When I reflect back to my high school and college life, no amount of academic courses have explicitly taught me how to meet challenging moments with courage. And because of this, I think in the earlier part of my life, I clumsily bumped into these challenges with no idea how to work with them, which I think led to a lot more struggle than was necessary. So why I think being able to meet these challenging moments with courage is important is because I think it ultimately leads us to more growth and more connections and more of a wholehearted expression of who we are as humans, which I think are real key ingredients to our collective happiness, which I think we all want in our life. And so with that being said, I really hope that you find this course meaningful and that you enjoy it.